right, now that we've gone over the machine and we've gone over all the settings, now we're really ready to take a look at the actual application and set a couple keys and show everybody what that looks like. All right, a couple things that I want to point out before we actually do a weld. One is the ground cable, making sure that you have a nice solid ground hooked on there. The other thing is the prep. So you'll see right here in the middle how it's really shiny, and I've removed all the coatings. If you take a look out here where you can still see some of the residue on there, if I tried to set a key in that area, I might not get a hold at all, or if I get a hold, it'll be a really weak hold. So it's really important to make sure that the surface prep is right where it needs to be and all the coatings are removed before you try a weld. That's going to help ensure that you get as strong of an anchoring point as possible. All right, once you know that you have the ground set and you have the surface prepped, we're going to talk about a couple different ways that we can set the keys. As I was showing you earlier, if we have the support leg on here, this is going to help get the gap that you need. So you're able to adjust the support leg in or out, and that's going to help you so you don't have to worry about applying pressure or not applying pressure. You set the support leg down and you get the gap adjusted and pull the trigger and it does it on its own. That works really good if you have a really consistent dent or if you're using all brand new keys and they're all the same size. If you have an inconsistent dent and you have different contours and valleys, or if you're using keys that have been used before and maybe they're not the same size, the support leg might not make sense, and it might be better not using the support leg so you can control it. The important thing to remember if you're not going to use the support leg is that we cannot put pressure down into the panel. Remember, this is going to recoil and create an arc and set the key back down into that weld puddle. So if we're putting pressure down into the panel, we're going to leave ourselves a mess because we're just going to push and force that key while it's trying to strike the arc, and it's not going to let it do what it's trying to do. So for me, it's very important when I set it down, I barely touch the key to the base material, and I use my finger as a guide so that I know that I'm not putting any added pressure. Once I have it set in a good spot, we're going to pull the trigger and you'll see the head recoil and come back down. Now we have a good strong anchoring point.